Good morning, Nick from Meat Smoke Fire here for this surprise Saturday cook. We weren't planning on this and we're really sad that we are doing the cook, sort of. We should have had a class today under our wonderful pergola from Garden House Design that is keeping us lovely and dry, but sadly Helena, our classes were Friday and Saturday, and at 10 to 8 on Thursday night, so the night before the class, Helena's phone pinged her. So we had to cancel everyone and cancel the classes. But anyway, so we thought, why not do a live class? We've got loads of food. So we're going to use some of that to do this class, but not the recipes we would have done in the class. So, obviously, on camera today, sad Helena. She's not allowed out the house, she's not allowed near me. Oh, and over at the bar today, not on the iPad, there's nobody. But there is a glass of wine for me in a bit. Anyway, right, let's hand you back.
So you might want to say Andrea is on and doing stuff.
Oh, is Andy on doing typing, and she'll be taking notes and stuff. So if there are any questions or you want us to get back on anything, Andrea is on. Thank you, Andy. But she's not here, obviously. And we will get back to you. Right, 3 cooks today. I did a cook during the week and somebody asked me to video it. So rather than videoing it, we thought we'd do it live. So we're going to do some lovely pork chops. So these are Very Happy Pig. Can you see how much fat is on that? These were our own pigs. Some of you may be unaware, but every other year we keep some pigs. So we've got a couple of pork chops from our pigs. And they were obviously really happy ones because they're nice and fat. And I know exactly which ones these were, because these were the ones that were really difficult to get in the truck at the end. They did not want to go on their holidays, if you know what I mean. So we're going to do some pork chops. The second thing we're going to do, because we have an absolute glut of cauliflower, is we're going to do a harissa baked cauliflower. So I'm going to do it 2 ways. So I'm going to show you that. And then the third cook we're going to do is, and we did it during the week, we have a glut of chickens, because during the class we do 2 chickens. We had 2 classes, so we had 4 chickens. And then I bought one for us for Thursday night, so we had 5 chickens. And we didn't really fancy it on Thursday night, so we have a lot of chicken. So during the week...
no freezer space.
And no freezer space, because we need to be... because we've got picanha, we've got all sorts of lovely steaks in for the classes. We have, over 200 quid's worth of meat I bought on Wednesday, and of course that has now had to all be frozen. Anyway, but let's crack on. So we're going to use some of that chicken. I did the cook during the week, everyone liked it, so we're going to do it again. Right, stop pressing the screen, you.
I'm not.
Right, so this, with these, what we really want to do is get a nice crackle on the edge of your pork chop. If you just chuck this straight onto a griddle, you're not going to cook the middle of this. And what's going to happen, because this is got sinew in here, when you cook it, it will tighten and it will bend your pork chop up. So what we want to do is cut this first. So basically, I'm going to take a knife, cut down, and I call it hedgehog pork chops. So just cut through that fat, and then when you cook it, if it does tense, which it will do, it's not going to pull the pork chop out of shape. And it also looks pretty cool. So, missed that little bit there. And be careful when you're doing this. You can do it with a pair of scissors. Yeah, a pair of scissors will cut through the skin. I like to do it with the knife. I have an incredibly sharp knife.
Would you let me do it with a knife?
No, I wouldn't let you near it. Although Miles the butcher at Gog Magog always tells me when my knife is really blunt, because he is so mad about his knife. Now, what we want to do with these is cook them that way, standing up, which isn't the most simple thing to do unless you put them side by side and then build a support for them. So I have some foil. What I like to do is take a piece of this and we're just going to fold it, let me move my knife out of the way so I don't fold my knife in the way, fold it, keep folding it. Now what we can do is use this to support our pork chops. So I'm not going to put any salt on them at the moment. We're just going to grab a bit of oil. I probably need to turn over. If you come over, Helena, I'll just grab my pork chops, my bit of oil, and my. Oh, you made that difficult for yourself.
Just did a dance around the pole.
We're not doing pole dancing today. I told you. Anyway, right. So what we want to do, I've got it's direct cook. I've got this egg at about 180. Just going to put a bit of oil on there, and I'm going to get my pork chops, and I'm going to basically squish them with a bit of foil around them. And the idea is the foil, just going to tuck it under the handle, will hold them upright. So does that make sense? And now they should cook like that. And they're going to roast, they're going to be like an oven roasting them from this side, but their bottom, the fat is going to cook. So we're going to put those on. They'll probably take about 20 minutes. So let's take that off. We'll come back to them. I'll set a timer. Hey Siri, set a timer for 15 minutes. We'll come back and have a look. Right, let me give my hands a little wash. Right. So, what we're going to do with those pork chops is cook the fat so that we render out some of that fat, we get that crackling going, and then we can lay the pork chops down and sear them from the outside. Now they're British. I'm going to wipe my hands. Left my towel over here. They are British pork, obviously, because they're our own. Pork you can now cook, so it's not. I mean, we're all used to cooking pork, and we just cook it well done, you know. So there's no colour in it. It's all white. Goes dry. Goes horrible. It's tough. British pork you can now cook to medium, and I think I've told you this before. The trichinosis, which is the parasite that we've all been cooking our pork for years and years, overdoing it. We haven't had cases of that. It's always tested in your animals, but so we haven't had cases in that for the last 45, 50 years. So you can now cook your pork. So it's rosy colour, whatever, pink. So we will cook those. What I'm going to do is just crackle that skin, and then we'll sear the outside so we've got a nice sear on them, but hopefully they should then be nice and pink in the middle, and really succulent, really moist. That's what we're after.
So
Right.
what temperature would you then?
So I'm cooking those at 180.
Sorry, I meant internal temperature.
Internal temperature, we're aiming for something like 57 degrees C. So that is medium rare. You could go to 62, which is medium. So it's the same for steak as pork, as you know, all the meats, they're all exactly the same temperatures. So as long as you can remember one of them, they're 5 degrees. So 52 is rare, 57 medium rare, 62 medium, 67 don't come eating food in my house, is what I always say. So yeah, right. So we'll come back to those. Cook number 2. We're going to do some cauliflower. So I have just cut up a cauliflower. I put it into florets. If you look on my website, there is a recipe. It's really simple for harissa baked cauliflower. It's a whole head of cauliflower. You take the stalks off and just put some of this on the top. It will drizzle over. It will turn it a lovely red colour. This is harissa, so chili, peppers, those sorts of things in here. And as you bake it, it gets that chili, it infuses it, it's beautiful. But we thought we'd have a go at doing one, but do it in the rotisserie. So I've got the Let's Q rotisserie, I've got the Let's Q basket on here. So it's just one clip to undo it, really easy. We're going to pop in some of this paste, and I have got a spoon somewhere, I've got that one. So this is just harissa. So this isn't a rose one, it's just a standard Sainsbury's one. May as well use it all. It's nearly finished. Anyway, so we're going to put some harissa in there. And then I'm just going to mix it all together. So we're going to coat these to give them that lovely colour. And what we want to do is, while these cook, we're going to tumble them in the basket. And if you haven't tried roasted cauliflower, you've got to do it. It just totally transforms it. So we're going to get those into the basket. Get any remaining sauce, chuck it in. It's all going to fall out through the holes. It's going to get messy, but it's going to be good. So, close the basket up, one clip, and on this egg over here, behind you, yeah, you're all right, there's no posts. She's not very good at this, is she, Andy? So we've got the Let's Q in here, and just a direct cook. So I'm going to pop this in. The motor's, I think, already running. There we go. And we'll close the lid. And this is sitting again about 180, 200 degrees. It's going to take about 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So we'll have a look at these as we go. We can come back, we can open that basket, take a look. But they're going to tumble in there. They're going to tumble in that harissa. They're going to roast at the same time. Delish. Right. So, let's get that out of the way. So the last cook we're going to do, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it, is we're going to do stuffed chicken breast, and we're going to stuff them with some black pudding and some nduja. So I've already started some, so you can see what they look like. So if you are going to come, it's easier that way around, go around the post.
Right.
She's so used to sitting at the bar. So here's our baked cauliflower, and here I've already got some cooking. You'll see there's a probe sticking out of them, so I'm monitoring the temperature. What I'm going to do is just get these a bit closer to me, just to make it easier. Flip them over. Oh, look at the colour. So these are what we're about, and I'm going to show you how to make them, but they're bacon wrapped chicken breasts stuffed with nduja and black pudding. So I'll put those back up there. You know I love these Tefal pans with the handles that clip on and off.
Do you want to mention the other thing?
Yeah, well, this is our harissa based baked cauliflower.
This is a whole one, rather.
Yeah, and I could put a little bit of oil on that, so I'm going to drizzle it with a little more. Look how much better it looks with a little bit of oil on the top. There you go. So, what we've got is, I've got the meter block, which is this thing. I've got one of those probes in one of those pieces of chicken, so we're monitoring it. I'm monitoring it on, I've got a rubbish old Amazon tablet, so you can see we've got the app running. It's telling us we've got about 11 minutes remaining. I'm aiming for 75 degrees. It's currently at an ambient of 121. That's inside the pan. The egg is 180. If you think about it, the end that's sticking out is near a cold chicken or cooler chicken breast. It's in a pan, so the heat's not getting in there. So don't worry about the ambient. But it's showing it, we're at 58 now. We've got 75 we're aiming for. 74, 75 is fine, and there's 11 minutes remaining on the cook, so it's going to tell us. So in those 11 minutes, let's show you how I did it. Right. Oh. We bought lots of little coolie, coolers for your cans, so that when we've got the class, everyone can have a different colour, so nobody then mixes up their drinks. A lot safer. So I've got mine today with my American champagne. So blue forever now is mine. But we've got 12 colours. Brilliant. Right, chicken. So we've done this before. But you might want to step in, Helena, and I'm going to take this and we're going to portion it. If you buy your chickens, buying them whole is so much better, so much cheaper than buying them as individual parts. So I'm just going to get the sleeves rolled up a little bit. Might even put put my apron on.
Steady.
So I've said it before, it's much cheaper to buy your chickens whole. So let's just do a quick portion of that. All you need is a sharp knife, and it's dead easy. Right, apron on. Right, with your chicken normal way up, what you want to do is cut down either side of the legs. So these two bits here. So sharp knife, I'm going to go in and do this side. That's not so exciting for you, but that side you better see. Just cut down, so you're separating the legs from the breast. And then we're going to flip it over. What you want to do is put your fingers into these ball joints, or your thumbs, and then just pull it like that, and it will basically dislocate the legs. And then in here you've got the oysters, some of the nicest bit of chicken just in here. So what you want to do is get your knife and just cut around one of those, and then down through that joint. I made that look really easy, and you've got a chicken leg. So I'll do it on the other side. I'll try and
It's like on the...
yeah. So you can see the oyster there. So what you want to do is cut underneath that oyster down towards the joint, and then we can cut straight. It says missing it straight through the joint, and you've got 2 chicken legs. Similar sort of thing now. I'm going to just check that pork in a second. Smells good. We've got the chicken wings, and if you lift them you can see there's a ball joint there. So all you want to do is get down around the ball and cut through the joint of that. Same with this. It says missing it. Like that. So those are your chicken wings. Now you can turn your chicken back up the normal way, and on the crown, down the middle of the crown, you've got the carcass here, and what you want to do is run your knife down one side of that and then down the other side of the piece of cartilage that's there. So just run it down, just straight down for now, and you should feel the carcass inside. Now this would be difficult for you to do, Helen.
Shall I come the other side?
Yeah, you can come around there. I'll move over like that.
Much better because you...
Yeah. So then what you need to do, just be careful with your fingers, but you need to use the rib cage inside just to run your knife along it. So I'm just doing small, gentle strokes, following that rib cage, and you've got your chicken breast. I'll do the same for the other side, so I always like to do it towards me, just like that. You can hear it running along that carcass. Same, keep it all the way in, down to the other end. I haven't done that brilliantly, but...
You've moved more further and further
oh,
away
sorry,
across the
yeah.
board.
Right, and then you're left with a lovely carcass that you can then...
Make him to stop.
Right, let's do the last bits. You've got a thigh and a drumstick, so you can either do these as whole legs, so we love chicken like this, just with salt and pepper on it, cooked on the barbie. It's delicious.
Quite French, isn't it?
Yeah, very nice. But if you sit it up, you'll be able to see where it's flexing straight down here, and you just go down and through that joint. So you've got a drumstick and a thigh. You do exactly the same with the other one, and you're just trying to go through the middle of the ball joint because that's where the cartilage is. It makes it easy. And then if you wanted for your wings, you could, if you want, you can cook them whole, or you can just cut again, same sort of thing, down through that corner, and then most people take the wing tips off. And so now you've got two bits of wings. That's a single joint, and I'll do the same on that one. Go down through that ball joint, it says missing it, like that. Take the wing tip off, and you've got 4 bits of wings. Dead easy.
You might want to check that pork.
Yeah.
I think it's a good smoke signals for the neighbours.
Yeah, we'll go and have a look at that. And then the last thing we want to do with this chicken breast, I'm just going to peel the skin off. Take the skin off. We'll put that at the top. Do the same with the other one, and we'll have a look at these pork pieces. Right, let me just wash my hands briefly.
Okay. So that's what you get out of a chicken. 2 breasts. All the other bits.
Right. Pet set of tongs. We'll go over and have a look. Oh yeah, coming along. I'll pick up the whole piece, but it's scorching a bit, so you'll have a hotter area, so I'll just move them off to the side a little bit. Fold that in. So I'll just turn that down a tiny bit, but that's looking good. They're crackling nicely.
They smell lovely.
Yeah, these are, I can't wait, these are our own pigs. I love this. Right. So over here, the rest of that chicken, what we could do is just, what we tend to do is backpack it and freeze it as individual portions. So we love to use the thighs for curries, the drumsticks for chicken lollipops, the wings, tumbling them in the basket, and of course make some stock out of that, but I'll just wrap it all up in our paper for now so the flies can't get on it. We'll just put it out of the way for a second. Right, so chicken, you've got the inner breast fillet, just leave it on. What I'm going to do is take my knife and I'm going to put my hand on and just cut halfway through it. So you're aiming for the back and then we'll start to open it out. So what we've done is basically double the size of that chicken breast. The other way you could do it is get some cling film and a what do you call them, a tenderizing thing, yeah. And basically just bash it down and then roll it around. But so just be careful when you do it, you don't cut yourself, but open those out, and now we've got two lovely butterflied pieces. So next up,
people are liking your demo skills.
Perfect, thank you people. So from the Fruit Pig Butchery, I've got some black pudding. Let me wipe that knife. I know we're on the same board, but shouldn't really use a knife that's been used on chicken to cook black pudding that's then cut black pudding that's then going to go back in. So I'll do it right on the edge. So I want two decent slices, one for each base here. That's my 15-minute reminder, which we just looked at. So I'm just going to cut these in half now. That piece can go out the way.
So how much longer do we need that pork on for?
Yeah, I'm going to go in 2 minutes.
That's fine.
Yeah. So we're going to take these and just put two halves down the middle of your chicken, like that. Take the wrapping off them. So very simple. Get them in. Take those out of the way. Then down here, left over from, I think we used it a couple of weeks ago, but we love it. Some andouille. As Bill, this is from Dutchy Charcuterie, but as Bill said, Bill is from North Charcuterie. He said his Sabrassa would work really well as well. So I'm just going to take a couple of tablespoons-ish, make it into a sausage shape, and we'll pop that in there with it as well. And this but you can eat raw. It's lovely. But spicy Italian sausage, so yeah, do try some. And then we're going to fold that over, both of these, fold them over and put them off to one side, and that's ready for us to wrap in bacon. So let me just wash my hands. We'll go have a look at the pork in a sec. Who have we got on, Helena?
So we have got Big Green Egg Cow, Robbie Stevens, Karen who's on holiday in Canterbury. We have got Ben Slater Farming.
Morning, Ben.
Greg
Right, I'm going to jump in. All right, get rid of the foil now. These are looking good. So can you see we've started to crackle. It was better during the week, but it's looking good. And now we can lie these flat on here and start to give them a sear. So they're going to need 2 or 3 minutes aside. But what we've done basically is render that fat a little bit, get some crispy crunchiness on there. I've caught it slightly, a little bit hot. I'm going to have to check this thermometer, but it was reading 180. Did it during the week at 180, it was perfect. So we'll check that. Right. So if you come and do one of our cooking classes, we always start with bacon sandwiches. So we have a lot of bacon. So what I'm going to do, I was going to only do one of these, wasn't I? I'm going to put the bacon down. It would work better with streaky, but because we had these for our bacon sandwiches, we're going to use it. So I'm going to use 6 bits of bacon per chicken breast.
Wow.
We'll grab one of these, lay it on so that the seam is where there's a lot of thick bits of bacon. We'll pull it up. Pull the other sides up. I'll show you in a sec. And then I've got some cocktail sticks just here. And I'm just going to pin it. That's a short one. Pin it through the bacon so it doesn't undo. Picked up the short one again. So just hold it in place while it's cooking. Like that. flip them over because it's loose on the back, and we'll do exactly the same on the back. Now some of this stuffing is going to fall out, but not all of it. I've got 3 minutes to do the other one, so we'll put that one onto the side. I may as well do the other.
We could just backpack them and freeze them.
Yeah, we could freeze these. So, for those of you with OCD, you could switch one of these 6 bacon slices around the other way, like that. There you go. That really bugs me now. We'll get it in. Again, wrap it up, get the bacon around it, and the bacon's there just to keep the chicken really nice and moist. So again, through with the cocktail sticks, hold it all together, flip it over. There we go. So those 2, we can cook those. Right, oof, smoky. Now what we don't want to do is overcook them, so get your thermopen in the middle. 59, so we're nearly there. I'm going to give them the lightest of sears on there. They're going to take them over a bit, so yeah, we're good. So give them a tiny sear, probably a minute on the other side, and then we'll get them out and rest them. So I'll get some foil ready for them. I'll take my eye off the ball there with those a little bit. Oh yes. Right, separate them. So I think I've said this 20 or 30 times. I'm just going to shut this so it doesn't smoke too much. But keep them apart. Wrap them individually. Just give them a light, and they can sit and rest. So I'll take those over. So those were, you want to take them off sort of mid 50s. They'll continue to rise a little bit. Those are late 50s, so they're going to go on, so those will go to medium. But yeah, right. Perfect timing. Our chicken is ready, 75. So, I've said this before. Always check it with your thermopen. So we're going into the middle.
Let me come to the other side.
Yeah.
Because
So can you see? 75, 77, 72. It will continue to cook, so that's fine. This one's a bit thicker, 75. So I'm going to take both of those off. They're both ready. So again, another bit of foil. Okay. Now I'm going to rest those. I've said it. Push your the probe through the foil. So if you can see here, I've got the probe and then continue to monitor it. So now they're resting. But what we do have here, we've got quite a lot of fat. So I might just drain a little bit of that. Once I drain that, I'll do it into my bowl.
Shall I shut this for a minute?
I have got some lovely goodness in there. So what we're going to do is chuck a little bit of wine in there to deglaze our pan.
I tell you what,
Goes with a greasy hand.
You haven't got a spoon, have you?
Yeah, I've got spoon over there.
Okay.
Bit of wine in there to deglaze it. My harissa spoon. So getting all those juices, getting all that flavour into the wine. And that black pudding. How are we doing on time? Spot on. And now to that, we're going to add some shallots, just to cook down a little bit. That wine will boil away in a second. I'm going to add a little bit of garlic. Now this isn't on the recipe yet. we're going to see how it goes. We've not made this before, but I fancied a little bit of a sauce with it. So you can see this side of the egg is direct. We've got charcoal, you can see the charcoal under. Where I'm baking the cauliflower, I've got the half moon baking stone, as they call it. I wish they wouldn't call it a baking stone. It's really a heat deflector. You hardly ever bake on it. So anyway, we're going to let that simmer down a little bit, and we'll go and take a look at our cauliflower.
Tumbling
Cauliflower. What do I need? I need. I'll just get a set of gloves. Right. Always the way. It's just gone past. Didn't we do that last week? Did a video. Here it comes. Here comes the clip. So I'm just going to turn the motor off when we get to the clip, so I can open it up and show you what's going on in there. Oh no. Oh, don't. Oh, I'll twist it. There we go. Right. Make sure you put your gloves on when you're doing this. But look at those. Beautiful. I'm going to pop a thermopen in just to see what sort of texture they've got. Hopefully they're softening up. You want them with a bit of crunch. They're softening, but they're still crunchy. So another 10 minutes, I reckon, on those. So let's put that lid back shut. Simple as. Turn the motor on, and off we go. The motors go one way and then the other. So yeah, right. Go and have a look at our sauce. Oops. So our shallots are basically sautéing in the wine. We've got some of that lovely, you're going to see what it tastes like, black pudding, and got some black pudding and andouille in there. I was going to add some chicken stock, but it doesn't need it. I'm going to put some water in there in a bit, just to loosen it a little bit. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of water. Yeah, it's salty enough, so you don't really need any stock. It's taken all that lovely salt from the bacon. We'll get that in there. Oh.
So PJ Johnston has just joined and said, hello guys.
Good morning. A little bit of butter. I'm not going to put it. Don't look, Helen. Got to have butter in sauce. I'll eat lips. I left some. So we'll get that in there. That will thicken the sauce a little bit. Oh, that's going to be good. Look at the colour. Look at the glaze. Look at that go now.
Did you want to go and look at your fancy pants?
Oh yeah. Right. I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. Look what we've got this week. Ready for the cooking classes that didn't happen. We've got the new Ophia big green egg island. So this is the Corton 135 with a teak wood top. It's nice and wet. The steel will rust down a bit. So we've got a lovely planter you can have at this end. We've got a handle. It's all on wheels, so I can wheel it around. Just move it around. Yeah, it fits the large egg. So another option on tables for you there. It will go like the Ophia. So we'll go back over there. The steel will rust over time. It will seal itself, and it will end up looking like this. This like dark brown colour. Doesn't come off on you. But that's a little orange at the moment because it's still weathering in. And it's also the same material our RB73 stove is made of. So yeah. Oh, look at that. Right. I think it's time to start serving some of these things. Oh, it's looking good. Just see how. I'll put the thermopen now. I'm going to come back. soft this is. Well, it needs a bit more. Still a little bit hard, so we'll leave that on. But yeah, I should always put my thermal pen back in the pocket that
Oops.
the apron's designed for. Right, leave that simmering. And we're going to get these out. So, our 2 chicken breasts. Better wipe the board down a little bit. Let's perhaps put those in foil. Ones that we're going to cook another time. Let's give this board a little wipe.
So someone just said, is the cast iron pan a big green egg one?
Cast iron pan.
We're not using a cast iron pan, are we today? The chicken was cooked in the tea
The cast iron plancher on there. So we're not. The pan in here isn't cast
So
iron.
PJ Johnston, which one?
This is the Tefal Ingenio pan. So it comes with a handle that comes off and on. If you look on my website, I link them. I can provide you with a link. But they're stainless. They're non-stick. We love them. So the handles come off and on. But we do use the big green egg skillets. So we've got the cast iron skillets back in stock now. The small.
Morning, Finn boys.
I haven't put them up on the website yet. Morning, Finn boys.
Yeah.
So Finn boys are a local fish restaurant and shop run by Jay, who also runs Gorilla Kitchen. Jay and a couple of others, I think. They're having a week's holiday, I think. I think I read this morning that they're taking next week off. So anyway, right.
Well deserved break.
So yeah, if you're in Cambridge, look them up. They're on the number 1 Mill Road, and yeah, it'd be fabulous.
So Tom says, thanks very much. This big green egg was delivered yesterday.
No problem, Tom.
So
Right.
tag us in your pictures when you've got it up and running, Tom, so we can see what you're cooking.
So you should be able to see on this, it's saying resting.
Sorry,
So it knows.
Stop, keep moving.
Doesn't matter. Right, I'm going to take it out, simple as. I'm also going to make sure you take those 6 cocktail sticks out. If you put 6 in, take the 6 out. You don't want people biting into them. So let's get those out. I'll only do 1 for now. Right, hopefully my knife is good and sharp. It says drop in it, it's not good. And we will cut through. Oh, it's hot. So there will be bits of black pudding, there will be bits of andouille.
So you can see that andouille more than you could last time. Did you put a bit more in this time? Or?
Yeah, a little bit. Right, take these over to the board. Ow, that's hot. So I'm going to just pull them out so you can see it. So how does that look? Oh, a bit of bacon fell off that one. I'll cut the other one to do the same.
Sorry, I'm just going to poke that bit of bacon in just for my OCD.
Right, I'll just cut this one as well. Oop. Oh, made a mess of the bacon on this one. Right, I'll leave a big bit on the end. If you've made a mess of the bacon on one side, just flip it over. Oh,
Good.
yummy. Right. So let's get a couple of the other bits out. So let's get our sauce.
What's beeping? Is it there? Oh, it's
Okay,
there.
ready.
Oh, I don't know.
Right, that's going off. On that.
What about the pork? Are you going to...
Yeah. I'm going to get those out in a sec.
No. It's wandered off.
So, we'll come this way, Helena. Right.
That's all right.
So I'm going to get a bit of our sauce. Now you could blend this if you wanted. You wanted to make it smooth. Oh, delish. Right. Our pork chops. Don't know the best way to present those, but with some crackling. I did better during the week, didn't I? We'll take the juices. You may as well have that over them.
And that practicing this camera malarkey, Andrew.
And I'm going to get the
Knows where you
cauliflower.
go.
So long gloves are over there. We'll get this tumbled stuff. Set it up. It's all very orange today, isn't it?
Well, some people say bran.
Brown, orange. Need a bit of green. I should have brought some. I know what I can do.
Oh, cherries in the way.
So we'll get those in there. Now you could put some nice Greek yogurt over the top of these. That would be beautiful. With a bit of mint maybe. I think that'd be lush. Pop that there for a second. There you go.
Oh, well done. Oh, we've gone for mint.
Yeah, but I think it would be nice. I've got some parsley just here for the.
Yeah, someone suggested parsley or coriander. Or in fact, Franco suggested that.
Yeah, no, I think for my endua, get a little bit of parsley on there. And for my chops, hopefully it won't go in. I'm just going to put a dollop of Dijon mustard by the side. Oh.
You're just doing that to make the board dirty, aren't you?
Ah, it's dirty anyway. Right. So this week we have from the egg, endua and black pudding stuffed, chicken breast stuffed with endua and black pudding wrapped in bacon. We've got our pork chops with crispy edges, and we've got harissa, cauliflower, and yeah, you could do a mint dressing for it. So 3 cooks, all done on the egg. Fabulous.
Do we need to go and check the other cauliflower? You just don't think it's not going to be...
It's not going to be ready, but unfortunately I should have put it on before. This is for you. Oh, the outsides are soft, but I think you could do with a little bit more.
Okay, let's leave it then.
So we'll leave that. So we are out of isolation, or Helena is, hopefully on Thursday. So next weekend's class will go ahead. So assuming everything's fine, we're testing every day, everything's been fine so far. So next week's class is going ahead, so there will be no cook next week, just like there was no cook this week. I'm around every day this week except Monday. I'm not in isolation, so I'm allowed out. So I'm going to play golf on Monday.
Road. Just saying.
Yeah, if you need to get hold of me any day by Monday, we can get hold of the new Afia stuff. The acacia table is now back in stock. Shortly the metal modular metal nest will come back into stock. Eggs are all in stock. Let's Q's, I'm going to order some more. Hopefully we'll get the tandoor at the end of August, the tandoor ring with the skewers. We can get the new Thermopen 1. We have a stock of those in red, black, orange and blue. Any other colour we'll just order direct from them and they'll come direct to you from them. So I did have an order for one of those this morning. What else is there that we need to cover?
I think that's it.
So yeah, Blaze units obviously made to order, but if you want one of these beautiful Blaze, you just give us a shout. We can get those delivered. And obviously the new Afia stand for the egg, which we think is lovely. It needs to weather a bit, but it will look great. Right, that is exactly 45 minutes. Yep. So have a great week, everyone. If you want to get hold of us, just give us a shout, and we'll see you on the other side. All right, take care, guys. Cheers.